Everybody doing today? So I had a service call come in, and people said that they had broken pipes at the well. So we're gonna fix the broken pipes at the well, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So this is their makeshift pump house. As you can tell, this is the broken stuff. Let me remove some of this. So basically it comes out of the well, goes into the control T, which flows into your pressure tank. It's going to go out of the control T up here, go to this valve. This valve used to be plumbed to this, which went to a 90, which teed off and went to both houses. See that crack? That crack runs from here all the way down to here. So we want to make sure that the valve's not split, and we're going to take this out and inspect the valve, make sure that's not split. Okay, first thing we're going to do, get our channel locks, put them on here, flip that around, make sure it's in the right direction. There is not any water pressure on the system right now, so if I were to open that, no water's going to come out. Go ahead and cut this out of the way. Next we're going to do this. If you're dealing with broken PVC, you're going to want to make sure that stuff like this, it's extremely sharp. You don't want to cut yourself. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some new PVC males on here. These are 3/4 inch ball valves, so we're going to put a 3/4 inch thread by 1 inch slip in all three valves. You just get some on the dauber and roll it in your threads. Make sure you do not cross thread these. It's very easy to cross thread plastic threads into metal threads. You run it backwards until you feel it pop. Right there. What that does, that lines your first thread up on your plastic fitting with your first thread in your metal fitting. When you feel the pop is when they both line up. Go ahead and tighten this one in. Take this piece right here, we're going to measure, use it, cut an exact replica, same length. We're going to use purple PVC primer. What I'm about to show you, if you can see on this, you've got a little edge, and on this side, the side that we cut, you'll have a raised lip. And that raised lip, what will actually happen if you put glue on this, it acts as a squeegee and it will slide all your glue back. So what we do is we chamfer this edge with a knife to take that sharp lip off. You can see the stuff that's coming off. Purple primer, just coat that side. What this does, this softens the PVC pipe to allow the glue to melt it to the fitting down there. Take our purple primer, go in there, prime that hole. We're going to come over here, we're going to prime this hole, and then we're going to come over here and we're going to prime this hole. Using the lid. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put it on our pipe because it's heavy at first, so we're going to take that heavy spot, put it on the pipe, then we're going to go in here and Swash the dauber around in the hole. Push it in and turn it. Push and turn. And what that does, that makes sure your glue, if it didn't get in a certain area, you twisted it and allowed the glue to move around. Push it in and turn it. We already have purple primer inside of our female fitting over here. I'm gonna put that in there. I'll push it on and turn it. What has to take place is a 90 is going to come from over here, a 90 from this side. A T is going to be placed in the center, and then a 90 meeting up with the T. Okay, that lines up beautifully. We're going to do the same thing over here. We're just going to kind of hold it even and figure out where we need to cut. Now both edges are chamfered. I went ahead and just did that. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take our purple primer, shake it off in the can, not get too much down the pipe. We're going to put a little bit on this stem here, a little bit on this stem here. Put some glue inside the 90 first, hold it up. We don't want any of the glue in here dripping down to this side. So we're going to come over here, put it on that, glue this together. Do the same for here. We're going to put some glue in here. Come over here, put glue on our nipple here. Put that on and turn it. And we're going to want to be in the same line as this here. The same for this one here. Okay. We're going to put our glue on our fitting. Our pipe there, put on this side, put on that side. Put this in and spin it. Slide that in and spin it. Make sure it's all together. And now we have this to where we know if we needed to twist it up or down, it's level with this. So now what we have to do is we're going to have to trim this piece off, but first we need to cut the correct length. Put it in, we twist it. Need about an 1/8 inch of a gap. Cut that off. Chamfer that edge. Okay. Twist that, push that together, give this about 2 minutes to dry, and we can turn the system back on. Okay, so we've given it a few minutes to dry, and I want to kind of just go over the system here. This is actually a 115 volt pump. It is ran off of this plug here, which ends up plugging into this outlet here. So instead of plugging that in and having a surge of 12 amps, you know, it's going to spark there, I'm going to go ahead and open the pressure switch manually, plug it in, and then I'm going to close the pressure switch to where the switch down here takes the load. Using the corner of this to open the contacts, I'm going to plug this in. Okay, now it's plugged in. When I release the contacts, the pump will kick on. The pump is currently running. If I open this, I get water to come out. We're going to put our lid back on our pressure switch. Be careful not to touch any of the leads. We're going to sit here and wait for it to pump up and kick off. I don't see any other leaks in any of this plumbing here. You always want to make sure that nothing else is cracked. it has pumped up and clicked off, satisfied the pressure switch, so we have 60 pounds of water pressure. We're going to go ahead and crack this valve here. Now we've pressurized our new plumbing. It's only been about 3 minutes since the glue has dried on the last fitting. We're going to turn this on to the first house. I can hear water flowing. I'm going to turn that off. We're going to come over here and turn this one on to this house. You can hear the water flowing. Alright. Turn this one on also. Now, okay, the pressure switch is kicked back on. The pump is now running again. As a rule of thumb, when you do stuff like this, if there's no one at home, you do not want to leave the valves on, because if someone has left a kitchen faucet open or a bathroom sink or a shower running that they don't remember because there was no water to know whether it was on or off, you want to go ahead and turn both systems off to where when the homeowner comes home, they don't find a flooded house. I see a drip. Might have to change that valve after all. Okay, so the drip that I had seen, see if the camera can focus here. You can see it, it's dripping right here. But where it actually is coming from is right here on that seam. So that's the seam where the ball valve is inserted into the valve. And what's happened is it's frozen and it's expanded it enough to where the seal is no longer good. So now what we have to do is we're going to come down here, we're going to remove these clamps, remove the fitting, pull this valve out of this fitting and thread a new one in. First thing we're going to do is remove both clamps. Slide those down. We're going to heat this. Okay, now that pipe is hot. We don't want to touch that. We're going to unspin the valve out of the PVC pipe here. Now we're going to take our black roll fitting, remove it from this valve. Heat this back up. Back where it belongs. Now we're going to spin this backwards until we hear the pop again. Okay. Because we don't want it to cross thread. Okay. Good. Let's move our clamps back up and tighten them. Okay. Valve is all replaced. On, off. Okay, so we have gotten that all put back in. We're gonna go ahead and turn it back on for you. Now it's pressurized. Now we're gonna inspect for leaks. I don't see any leaks, which is a good sign. All right. There's threads under here. So this is the top piece and this bottom piece, and there's threads in this portion which allow for that ball valve to be dropped in, and they thread that together. The reason I didn't replace it was because normally they never leak, but since this system has froze, it's expanded this and caused that seal in there to break. We're going to turn this one on. You can hear the water working. Turn it back off. Turn this one on. You can hear the water going, and you heard it cut off. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Please subscribe. Give me a comment. Any viewer comments, things that y'all want to see plumbing wise. Give me ideas for future videos. If you like what you saw, please hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. That way I know people are enjoying the videos that I'm making. Thank y'all and have a good day.